Okay, welcome to another session of A Levels Paper 3. And today we will be doing the question number 1, Section A, language change, which we are quite familiar. The marks are 25 divided in both the sections. The total paper is of 50 marks, right? So the question number 1 is, I would want you to please read this question.
Read text A, B, and C. Analyze how text A exemplifies the various ways in which the English language has changed over time. In your answer, you should refer to specific details from text A, B, and C, and as well as to ideas and examples from your wider study of language change.
All right, exactly. We need to do all these things. We have to just, exemplify the various ways in which English language has changed. And I told you already it has changed, over time. And we are going to first, we have to, point out the things we are going to embed in the written piece of ours. We have to first exemplify the various ways in which the English language has changed. Secondly, we have to refer to the specific details from all the three texts. Like we have to read the anagraph as well. We have to read the text A, and we are going to extract some of the information from text A and then from the C part as well. All right, as well as to ideas and examples. Whatever prior knowledge we have, we are going to embed that and examples from your or wider study of language change. All right, whatever we have till now. Okay, so let me just scroll down and let's just give a reading to this text, and then we are going to go towards the written task. Text A is basically an extract from a blog entry by a blogger and men's fashion writer, Robert Van Tongeren. Okay, so basically, there when we are writing, the writing piece, let me just write it here, some of the points. So we need to give the reference of the person whom we are writing, all right? This is something very important, that when we are writing, we have to mention the name of the person in the text as well. Okay, that from which, who wrote this blog, basically. Okay, this is something very important. Then 10 casual style tips for guys who want to look sharp. They have given us all this information. I would want you to give a quick reading to it. Then I'll be taking you towards the written task. Okay, first I'll be explaining you how
Okay.
to create your response. Okay, fine. So they have mentioned the date, which is also very important. Okay, fine. February 20th, 2019. This blog is written by that. Okay. This article may contain.
Ma'am, do I have to read?
Yes, you have to give a reading to it. So then we
Okay.
will be, writing the response.
Okay, ma'am. This article may contain affiliate links. I receive a small commission at no cost to you when you make a purchase using one of my links. Annoying, isn't it? You want to dress better, but most style advice revolves around suiting up, or just around whatever is trendy this season. But no, that's not what you're looking for. You just want to make a better first impression on people you meet in everyday life. You just want to look good in your clothes without being too flashy. You just have to look like a better dressed version of yourself. And that version of you still likes to keep it casual. So, what you're really looking for is some casual style tips for guys who want to look sharp outside of a suit, and you've come to the right place.
Exactly. Okay, so here, we are not going to focus on whatever he has talked, whatever he is talking about the men's fashion writer in the initial stage, because we will be seeing the writing style. What is the, examiner asking us to see, that we have to, write the various ways in which the English language has changed. And now when we are talking about this is something like, an explanation of a men's fashion, wear, and it is a very, changed kind of, there are questions which are being posed in between. The lines are very short, succinct lines, succinct, response. We have to mention that short phrases which are quite catchy to understand and, easily understandable, isn't it? So, because when you are reading, you feel like it's a very easy and simple text. But when we are going to analyze the language, it's extremely technical, okay? So then it's then they're talking about that stop dressing like a boy, dressed like a grown up. Okay, many men approach their casual style from the wrong angle. They aim to look youthful. So short sentences, better vocabulary, and the meaning is clearly given to meaning is cleared as well. Okay, but if you want to look well dressed, you should always aim to look mature. And there are some places where it's an open-ended sentence where we need to think. All right. Then they have, pointed out somewhere with the red as well. Maybe in the paper it won't change the color of that, but that doesn't mean you have to dress like your dad. It doesn't mean you have to dress old. So they have, given the comparison, a bit of, mockery is mentioned here, and amusement as well, to make this paragraph a bit interesting. It just means you have to avoid portraying yourself as a teenager unless you actually are a teenager. So you can just, see the writing style, how modern it is, how, different it is. We being an English language and literature students don't create, stuff like this, isn't it? So, but the books which are being produced now are completely changed. The writing style is quite changed. The writers are, creating such, you can say, composed stuff and meaningful. Rock jeans that actually make you look good. They have given the heading before every piece of writing. You can see this change as well. All right. So we are on the third one now. The go-to casual leg wear for any guy is a pair of jeans, okay? And nothing is wrong with that. Many men come to my site looking to move on from the t-shirt and jeans look, but jeans can look amazing as you are wearing the right look. Okay, fine. And for your information, so here, they are also using the short forms as well. But before, if
Okay.
you're going to compare, the previous part of literature and language, have you felt the change, that how short it is, how composed it is, how you can say trendy kind of writing style it is? Even
Yes,
these
sir.
short forms are also mentioned. And before that, our teachers always compel us not to mention the short form, not to mention all these, short phrases and things. You have to, even the student write and in this way, we were not allowed to write like this, right? We have to mention
Yes.
each and everything in detail. Okay, but this time, as 2024, the world is, an advanced world, so everything is getting, skimmed. So it's all getting shorter and shorter. We need to write and structure our pair of writing this way, but following the word limit as well. Okay, so we are going to follow the word limit as well for this. And okay, let's just end it up for the reading. You want to avoid having to pull up your jeans every 2 seconds. They should keep themselves up without a belt. Also, they should not pull around your ankles. Also, avoid embellishments. That means no excessive distress, no rips, and none of that bleaching nonsense. So there is, continuous use of punctuations by making the sentences short, and colons as well, used everywhere. Now, and finally, hyphen. This should go without saying, but I have to say it anyway. So there are some dialogues which are embedded in as well. Avoid big logos anywhere on your outfit. So this is actually, an suggestion by a writer. Suggestions are also given. So you are also requested to give your opinions in between, as they told you to embed your ideas, your opinions, all right? I'm going to let you know how
Okay.
are you going to structure each paragraph. Altogether, so there you're going to, writing altogether 15 paragraphs, okay? When you're going to write this. But I'll be letting you know that how you have to, write each and every paragraph and what should be the exact information you're going to write. Avoid big logos. Okay, we're done with it. Instead, keep your jeans simple. Go for a clean dark blue pair that fits like the nuns suggested below. Trust me, you look awesome. Okay, fine. So we are done with it. And then we have, the text B. Now here they have given the top 6 synonyms for awe in the English historical book collection corpus, books from 47.3 to 1800, and awesome in the English Web 2015 corpus. Text collected from the internet in 2015. So there is a huge comparison here, okay? You can see that how long the words were and how the words are now. Dread, or, the synonyms of it. Can you see the synonyms of dread before in
Yes.
1473? What were those? Reverence, veneration, admiration. Okay, so here's amazing, fantastic, wonderful, incredible, cool, nice. Okay, so it's quite changed, easy to understand, and we can easily embed these in our. It's getting shorter, easy to understand, and understandable thing. And there is a huge comparison between these two, isn't it so? So
Yes,
we
ma'am.
can easily see the comparison, right? All right, moving on to the text C engram graph for your information, 1900 to 2000. So it's quite changed. You can see the blue line, 1930, 40, 50, 60, and till 60 and 70 beginning, it was going the same. The vocabulary and all the things were going same. And then suddenly it upgraded, and till 2000 it was on the top. How much percentage was it altogether? You can say to 40%. We are not going to read this before. The last two parts are we going to read that 60%, 80%. So it was 40%, which was change at that time. All right. And then of course now it's 2024, so you can easily imagine that 2000 to 2024 how the English language changed now. All right, so this was the past paper of 2021. It's not the way too past paper, it's like 2 years back. So let's just start writing. Let me screen share another app, and we will be start writing the response on it. Okay, so this was the question, and you have to just assist me in between when we are writing that, but I'm going to first explain you that how you are going to embed each and every text. Okay, let's just start. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, now just for example, what are we going to begin with? Okay, the very first is, let me just increase the text font, and then I'm going to write, making it a bit clear for you. Okay, so first you have to okay, you have to begin with a thing. Okay, a succinct introduction. A succinct introduction means clearly expressed introduction, no vague thing. Everything should be clear and lucid in it, explained, which identifies the context of text A. Okay, begin with a succinct introduction. You can also make notes, write notes, because you are going to attempt this task. So I'm just telling you how you have to do it.
Okay.
Which identifies the context of text A. Okay, the first thing. Okay, for example, you are going to make your first paragraph by giving the introduction. So you need to give a clear introduction. Like for example, you'll be writing like text A is a compilation of extracts from a blog entry by a blogger and men's fashion writer. You are going to just explain that where this text is extracted from. All right. And you have to just tell the name of the person. Writer is Robert Van Tangeron, was written in 2019. We have to mention the year as well, which means it is from the present day English period. So we'll be writing this, like all together, just a 4 lines paragraph, nothing more than that. Got my point? Next, what we need to do is that we have to then give an immediate, in the second paragraph, we'll be giving an immediate reference by using a linguistic approach. Okay, so here we are going to immediately right after that in the second paragraph, it is also, so they are the exact thing. Yeah, now you got is that we have to, if we are writing the 300 to 400 word limit, so we need not to create the paragraphs, long paragraphs, which makes the things boring and uninteresting. So we will be making like short paragraphs of 4 lines each. Lines nahi chhodni, we're not going to leave the lines in between. We have to just start from the top. Nothing we have to write in the beginning, just we have to start writing. Let's suppose if I'm going to write it from here. Let's suppose if I've started writing my piece of writing, I'm going to write text A, a compilation of extracts. Okay, so I'll be directly writing my piece of writing like this from a blog entry. It is going to be a blog entry, as you know that it was a blog entry. The answer, let me just show you the paper. Just a minute. This was the paper. Let me just get back to it. Okay, so you can see that this was a blog entry and we are, extracting the text from here. So just the first line, we are going to turn this whole line into the introduction. Got my point? We will be writing the text here, compilation of extracts from a blog entry by blogger and men's fashion writer Robert Van Tongeren. Okay, was written in 2019. We'll be just, creating our own sentence structure and we will be writing the introduction from this, first line, whatever the text A starts from. Got it? Okay, let me just take you back to the written. Okay, so this way we are going to start it, okay? But I'm just removing this thing because I'm going to explain you in detail first that how we need to go in every paragraph, then we will be start writing this. Okay, immediate reference by using a linguistic approach. So here you are required to give a linguistic approach, but not more than this paragraph should not, exceed the 4 to 5 lines. This is going to be your second paragraph where you're going to immediately give the linguistic, reference. For example, that our language has undergone a, substantial amount of change. So you have to mention that how much it is changed by referring from the text C as well. You can also mention the percentage as well, right, in it. But don't drag it more than 4 lines. All right. Then you have to provide a developed, commentary on how text A demonstrates language. The third paragraph, okay? The third one, provide a... Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you writing it somewhere? Maybe you can even, take the picture at the end. Developed commentary on how text A is. This session is also a recorded session. You'll get the session, as well, the video of it. You can also, see it and then you can create your piece of writing. Demonstrates language. Okay, so here you are just going to provide a developed commentary on how text A demonstrates language, nothing else in that, okay? This paragraph is also going to be of, like, let's suppose, 4 to 5 lines, not more than that. And in this paragraph, you are going to explain about you have to, create a developed commentary. How are you going to create it? Let me tell you in, a detail. So you'll be saying that, for example, you will be giving the example that the genre of the extract itself illustrates how our language has changed with the development of computers and the internet. What do you say? If, at the time when the, computers and internet has been introduced, this is your own knowledge, which you're going to embed in this paragraph. Since
Yes, ma'am.
then, the language has completely changed, isn't it? So you can
Yes,
give the
ma'am.
reference of computers and the internet that we are able to portray our work in an online format. So you can just give a reference of, internet or, computers here, that since then this technology has been introduced, the use of language is completely changed. It is transformed because everything comes in an online format, all right? Because during earlier time periods, such genres simply didn't work, okay? So such genres, simply did not exist, basically, I must say. Now, the fourth paragraph is going to be, you have to use, again, accurate linguistic terminology to analyze or demonstrate semantic change. Okay, so we will be embedding the linguistic touch in it as well, the grammar, semantic change over time. So you are going to write, accurate linguistic terminology. Here, linguistic terminology you will be embedding, for example, that whatever, Tongeren utilizes a theory. So which theory is being utilized here? We are going to analyze the text. We'll be seeing it that the word, period is used to make a, declarative statement. So we are going to pick up any word. This is the past word used here over the period of time where he has written in the, Okay, I'm unable to just clear this. Okay, I'm going to put this in inverted commas. This word has been used, it has been utilized here in the paragraph of that, which demonstrate that how the semantics of this word has changed, is the semiotic system theory by Ferdinand de Saussure. So you are going to, Google that linguistic technology, used in the semantics. So semantics, which which theory has been demonstrated and how it is demonstrated, you are going to, search about it as well. There are ample theories which are used, but this linguistic technology, terminology, semantic change, which is used here by this word period, is clearly, written in it. So you will be simply writing in it that, for example, Tongiron utilizes the word period to make a declarative statement. So he has, make this thing declarative statement, he has made a declarative statement he has embedded by using this word period, a theory which demonstrates that how the semantics of this word has changed in the semiotic system. This word has also been changed from over the period of time. All right, so it's a declarative statement. He's declaring it everything in this by using this linguistic terminology. All right, got my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now the fifth paragraph. So here you can clearly see that how we are, writing the paragraphs. If we will be keep on practicing this way, you will be able to, structure your text A, B, and C response in this way. I'm telling you, I'm making you prepare for this. First, you need to, write the introduction. Okay, then secondly, you have to just go with the linguistic approach. This is so clear. Then you have to, create a developed commentary in it. The commentary should not be in the form of dialogue. It should be in the form of a paragraph, not more than 4 to 5 lines. Then you have to analyze the linguistic terminology, okay? or what is the use of accurate linguistic terminology, any linguistic terminology which we have read so far. I'm going to share the list of the linguistic terminology with you, so you can also give a reading to it, and then you will be easily getting the idea that how the writers use the linguistic terminologies in each of their piece of writing. Okay, it's not that difficult. I'll be sharing the definitions with you. Okay, fine. Now the fifth paragraph is going to be the conceptual understanding. The conceptual understanding, did you understand the concept? And you have to give, detailed discussion here. It's going to be like a body paragraph in the middle. You're going to, give a detailed discussion of the Saussurian semiotic system because it is used here. And semiotic system. The Saussure semiotic system, which is used here, embedded here. This way you're going to develop the paragraph which contains insightful ideas and which are described using an effective level of expression. So here you are going to, develop. After this whole explanation, will you be able to create the piece of writing on your own by following this structure? All right. Then this one, is the fifth paragraph where you're going to develop the paragraph by containing insightful ideas. It is going to be a bit longer paragraph, contains altogether 7 to 8 lines. Insightful ideas, which are described using an effective level of expression. Okay, so you have to use an effective level of expression. This is what I'm telling you from the examiner's point of view. Just move this thing, insightful ideas and an effective level of expression, which is something very, very important to mention in this one, and a detailed discussion in this fifth paragraph. Okay, so here you are going to started that the Austrian states that words are symbols which consists of two parts: the signifier, which in this case is the word period. You can also give the reference of this word period, which is you can say mentally or culturally defined a concept. It is also a concept which is defined. Let me just take you back to the paper. You can see this with this one word I'm referring to. They have used this, they have bold this, they have make this highlighted. So I'm using this one. You're going to refer to this word and then you're going to explain your fifth paragraph. Okay, you're going to describe this word. They have made it in capitalized form. So and a signified, this is written in a signified manner, which is mentally or culturally defined concept. This is basically a concept. So you are going to take the reference from the text. Why this word is used? This is used to emphasize what they are. What do you think? Why they have used this word period in this highlighted way here?
Ma'am, it means that this statement is kind of a final statement. Like
Yes, so
there's
it means
no
that
debate of it.
no debate. So it means that to emphasize a point, which means that they associated it with the concept, the past concept, because in earlier periods of English, the word period was only seen as a grammatical term. All right, it was only seen as a grammatical term, but now it is enhancing, used it as an final thing, something you can say also say that it's like a comparison. All right, so the from the past to the present is also a comparison. Okay, so we can also explain that it holds true picture in the present day English. So it went through a semantic widening because it took an added meaning as well. And here you're going to explain, but just you need to explain the this word where the words are highlighted. You can give the reference of the things, why these short forms are explained. All right, okay, let me just take you back that how you are going to make your text. Okay, I can also give numbering to it so as to make a bit more clear for you that how many paragraphs you need to create and how it is going to be in each paragraph. All right, this one for it is going to be based on 15 paragraphs. Do you just want to give a start and write at least 7 to 8 paragraphs in the beginning, and then I'm going to check your work, and then we'll go about in that? What do you think? Or will you be able to write the whole response in one go?
No, ma'am, I think I should write 5 or 6 paragraphs first.
5 or 6 paragraphs in the beginning, right? Okay, fine. So let me just explain you, because we are also running out of Zoom time. So we'll be, ending up this session in the next in 8 to 9 minutes. So I'm going to explain you the rest of the 2 to 3 paragraphs more. And first, just give a try to write this piece of writing. I'm going to check that piece of writing. Will give you a feedback. But of course, practice makes a man perfect. All you have to do is, in that given time in your paper. Okay, fine. So the fifth paragraph is going to be, maybe you can also you can say create this fourth and fifth paragraph about these things, the conceptual understanding with detailed discussion in this, and develop a paragraph containing insightful ideas as well. And also I want you to please just Google this Saussure semiotic system, what it is. I'm going to ask you why have they given the reference of this. You need to tell me this, the Saussure semiotic system, okay, what it is. All right, then
Okay.
comes the sixth paragraph. How are we going to structure the sixth paragraph? It is going to be the conceptual labeling. Okay, we have to just write the conceptual labeling, or maybe the full names of the theories which are used. I think we should just go with the conceptual labeling. Okay, so how are we going to write the conceptual labeling? They are here. We will be just talking about that we have talked about that over the time how the English language has been changed from the present day English to the previous one. This ties back to the sorceress theory. We'll be mentioning the sorceress theory as well. However, it is important to note that this is more common among younger generations, that ties back to the you can say transmission theory as well. Here we can also, by using the conceptual labeling, we can also use the transmission theory. They have given the names to the theories. It's nothing difficult. You have to be a little bit technical. I'm going to share the list of the theories as well. Here you're going to use the transmission theory reference. Just give the reference of the transmission theory, because through socialization, imitation, and teaching the within this younger social group, this new English language has taken a complete transformed manner. From or you can give the reference of three things. You can say that through socialization and imitation, copying. We used to copy the Americans, the other things from the internet. We used to copy. Imitation means, imitate means to copy. And teaching, of course, the teaching has taken a very vast change. When the COVID came, we have transformed this teaching onto the online system as well. And at that time, students were feeling quite difficult to understand the things on online, and they were taking very casual, isn't it? So how are you going to refer back to that time of period? There was no language left, there were no schools left, nothing was left. Still the teaching quorum was maintained by the, you can say, online system. Okay, so here we are going to winding up this session by mentioning these things, that the transmission theory is going to be used: socialization, imitation, and teaching online. The language change has completely taken a huge change, and the social groups which are being created everywhere, this students are socially connected with, whether it's Facebook, whether it's WhatsApp, whether it's any other app. There are thousands of apps which are created, and through that also the use of language has been introduced and changed. The, you can say, the short forms were introduced through the social media, isn't it? So that short
Yes,
form is
ma'am.
also being embedded in the you can say papers and piece of writing, and in the books the writers are also preferring to write those short forms. And here are, you are going to end up your thing, and then you will be if you want me to give you the seventh one as well, we are left with 4 minutes. You can start here the text B reference in the seventh one. You are going to tell about the collocation chart. Collocate chart. Here we we'll be starting by this reference of text B, that how it is comparison, create the comparison of text B. Comparison of text B collocations. Okay, the collocations which are used, the synonyms which are completely transformed from that period of time to the 2000 period of time. You can see that I am going to actually upload this paper, or else I'll be sharing this paper. Huh?
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Okay, so did you get an idea that how are you going to start your, introduction, and how are you going to, give the reference? You have to use accurate linguistics. So let me just give you a little bit of the start, so then you won't, feel difficulty in it. You're going to start your text like this. Okay, let me just tell you. Let's just start it. For example, you'll be writing, just abruptly start by writing this text A. No details, no pattern when you are explaining this. Text A. A compilation of extracts from blog entry by blogger and men's fashion writer, and the name of the writer is Master to Code, and that is Robert Van Tongeren. Right? So we are going to just, okay, let me just Move this up. Okay, one Tangiran. And after that, you will be writing, it was written in which year? 2019, all right? Which means it is from present day English, right? It is going to be from present day English, okay? So this is going to be the introduction. I have provided you with the introduction, and you are going to follow the introduction, and then you're going to create all the text. After that, you have to follow in each paragraph the same thing which I have explained you. Thank you so much for today's session. Hope you have understood the thing, and we will be making it, a bit more clear every single day.
Yes,
All
of
right.
course.
Take care, everybody. Take care, and
Take Allah.
Okay, so this was all from today's session. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have understood as well. Stay tuned for more useful content.